It's been 20 years since Dior has released a pillar fragrance. But it's finally here, so here are my thoughts. Hi guys, it's Ouch on Mono. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Finally, I have gotten to try the brand new fragrance from Dior, Joy. So, it's been 20 years, like I just said, since Dior have added a new fragrance to their main collection. It is what's known as a pillar fragrance. I'll quickly explain that in case you don't know what that means. What a pillar fragrance is they have added a fragrance to their main collection that isn't a flanker or a variation or a twist on something that already exists, i.e. Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet was a flanker of Miss Dior Cherie. There's Dior Addict Eau Fresh. So, to give Dior some credit before I start, it's not like they haven't made any new fragrances. They have created an entire private collection in this time. So it's not like they've just not been doing anything for 20 years, but it's been 20 years since they finally decided to add a new fragrance to their main line. So, let's talk about it. So Dior Joy, this fragrance is made by Francois Demachy. He has made tons of fragrances for Dior in the past. He has made some iconic and amazing fragrances. He made Miss Dior Cherie, he made The Poisons, he made Addict, he made Dior Homme. He's made lots of reformulations like the new Fahrenheit. He has just done a whole bunch of stuff. So when I heard it was going to be him, I thought, yay, cool, this is going to be fun. But my opinion will come later. Just a few little bits first. Secondly, there is already a fragrance called Joy on the market. It's a really famous fragrance by Jean Patou. So I'm thinking, I wonder if they're a little bit peed off. I hope Jean Patou patented that name, or at least they had a little conversation where we're going to have a fragrance called Joy as well. So whenever something like this happens, it happened with Thierry Mugler's Aura, it happened with Gabrielle by Chanel. When a new pillar fragrance is coming, the fragrance community starts to get a little bit buzzy. There's a little bit of ripples of excitement that go through it. People start questioning what's it going to be, we don't know what it's going to be, what's going to be in it, what's it going to be like, is it going to be a chypre, is it going to be a floral fruity, is it going to be a citrus, we don't know. And then the pictures of this pink bottle started appearing. And my heart sank a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I'm not here to bash this fragrance though, I actually really like this fragrance. But anyway, let's continue. So the pink bottle started appearing. It looks like the Sauvage bottle. In person it's actually quite nice, I really like it. The silver writing is kind of embossed onto it, so it looks really nice, it's nice to hold, and it smells nice. But let's look at the perfume pyramid, the notes that exist within this fragrance. So the top notes are bergamot and mandarin. The heart notes are rose de maille, which is May rose. It comes from grass. It's a very particular type of rich and expensive rose. It has this absolute in it, so they claim, as well as jasmine. And then the base notes are sandalwood, musk, patchouli, and cedarwood. Now, looking at this pyramid kind of objectively and without forming opinions, is there anything in there that really jumps out as being, oh, that's kind of new and exciting? No, for me there isn't. These notes, mandarin, bergamot, rose, jasmine, sandalwood, patchouli, cedarwood, musk, are in everything. It looks like an extremely typical composition. So that's the second thing that I thought, oh, okay, right. It's pink, it's described as a floral woody musk, so we knew it was not going to be groundbreaking, but I was expecting at least one exciting thing. Give me one thing, give me something that makes me go, oh okay, I must run out and smell that right now. Anyway, I went and smelled it. So here is what it smells like, and here is my actual opinion, because I'll stop rambling now. So as I'm spraying this, I feel like I've had two completely different experiences with this fragrance. The first time I smelled it was the day it came out in the shop, and because I work in a perfume shop, my nose gets wonky throughout the day because I'm saturated with fragrances all the time. The first time I smelled a very bright spring floral that didn't blow my socks off. When I cleared my nose out the next day, when I had a shower and smelled it, then I thought, oh, this is actually really lovely. However, there is one point I need to make before I tell you how it smells. One more point, I should say. Reading the couple of reviews that I have of this has been compared to lots of different fragrances where if you didn't know what it smelled like, you'd be pulled in different directions. I've seen it compared to Dior June, I've seen it compared to Coco Mademoiselle, and then I've seen it mainly compared to, and this is the one I agree with, Chanel Allure. So, this smells to me a lot like Chanel Allure. If you've never smelled Chanel Allure before, it is quite a sexy, kind of peachy, I guess kind of glamorous sort of fragrance. It's a little bit golden, it's really pleasant. But my first instinct was, when I smelled it properly at home, congratulations Dior, you've made a Chanel fragrance. What is going on? And then a colleague of mine made a really funny comment. She said, well, Chanel haven't been making Chanel fragrances for a while, so someone had to. Snark, snark. The thing about this is, it doesn't smell like any of the notes that are listed, and that makes my job really, really difficult. Not gonna lie. It doesn't smell rosy, it doesn't smell jasmine-y, it doesn't even really smell citrusy to me. It feels to me like Chanel Allure has had a little bit of springtime injected into it, and it's much more fruity. I don't know where the fruit comes, there is no fruit listed in this fragrance, but this smells like quite like a slightly more dense, fruity version of Chanel Allure. It's really tough. If you haven't smelled Chanel Allure, it's going to be really hard, but Chanel Allure is also very difficult to describe, so this is not easy. The only note that really sticks out to me that I can smell is musk. It's a fruity, musky fragrance, and the fruit in here is something like peaches, but also something tropical that is nondescript. And when I say tropical, don't get it into your head that this is like a suntan, beachy thing, but the fruity nuance in here is, it feels like a tropical fruit that maybe just is a fantasy one. It's like, it's blurry of which one it is. It's neither guava-y or mango-y or pineapple-y. It's just a kind of solid tropical fruity nuance with a really nice musk. I don't hate this fragrance. I think it's really, really nice, but I feel like Chanel already did this many years ago. So Dior have made a Chanel-esque smelling fragrance, which is quite mind-boggling because Dior used to be my favourite perfume house. Things like Addict, things like the Poison line, things like that, Miss Dior Cherie, the original one, were all amazing. I just feel like it's one of those things, they've made it to appeal to a mass market, it's pink, people are going to pick it up, but it's disappointing. I'm not bashing it, I like the fragrance, and I would wear it, but I'd much rather just stick to Chanel Allure, if I'm honest. There is a floral element to it. When I first smelled it, I did feel this kind of springtime floral. I don't feel citruses in the opening at all. And like I said, I'm going to say it again, it feels like Chanel Allure has been pinkified and had a bit of springtime floral added. There is a plus. It performs really well. I wouldn't expect anything less from a Dior Pillar fragrance. Yes, it's not going to be a beast craziness like some of the older things like Addict, and everything has been reformulated, but it does perform really well. I get at least 8 to 9 hours out of it. It's really pleasant, it's pretty, it's not horrible. It's made so that a lot of people will easily like it and pick it up and buy it. But I do think after 20 years, I wanted something else. I didn't want Chanel Allure in a different bottle. So sorry Dior, but I know this is a kind of popular opinion that it's not good in terms of innovation. Having smelled this now, I do think that the days of Dior releasing really interesting and cool pillar fragrances is gone. I absolutely love some of their private line, but they're not designed for the masses, I don't think, and that's probably why they're a little bit more interesting. But this one doesn't really super develop much either. It's quite linear, not a bad thing. Sometimes fragrances are designed to be linear, and that's kind of cool. It just maybe goes a bit more musky when it's dry, but for now, it's a real tough one to review, but I wanted to give you my honest opinion. Kind of nondescript, fruity Chanel Allure kind of thing. Yeah, I'm just going to stick to Chanel Allure, thanks very much. Anyway, tough review, guys. Gonna wear it more anyway today. I'm gonna actually wear the last of it now because I have worn the rest of the sample. It's nice, it's really nice, but if you wanted something exciting and new and different, not this one, not this time, sorry. Anyway, I'm Archer 10, click my logo down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another video. Goodbye.